Well, here I am. I just finished painting the rear bumper on this here 95 Z28 of mine, and I just jumped right into this hood. We got an east wind coming up here. It's October now, and October 2nd, I guess, here in Portland, and temperature's dropping, but this has got to be done. So anyway, I started in on it with the DA 180, just sanding away on it, stopping and letting the compressor catch up, my little compressor, and just working over this hood here. There's the hood has some crazing in it. It's old, and I guess the previous owners had a dog and jumped on here all the time, all scratched up, and I sanded it and buffed it way back when and made it much nicer. But we got things like a chip right there. Makes me wonder, you know, you can try to keep on sanding, go all the way down and feather it out, and you can see it underneath. I'm really wondering whether I can't just put a little bit of that spot putty in there maybe and help me out a little bit here, and save a whole lot of frickin' sanding. This is where I could use an opinion, but I'm thinking I might do something like that. I've only got a couple of these little fellows that go down deep like this. It goes all the way to the primer, and the rest of it's coming out as I take the clear off. The crazing that was here and the scratches and so forth are coming out. So I'm getting to the point to where I want to start sanding with something else. I haven't even decided yet. I'm going to see if I have some finer DA paper maybe, and then I got to do this bumper. You know how these bumpers are. You can see scratches. You know, you can see all kinds of these striations on these bumpers, scratches that happen. It's good to get them out of there. You got to sand them out with the DA. All right, moving on. Okay, I've taken another step here. I've gone ahead and took all these little things out of here. These weren't that difficult, as it turns out. Just twist them out of there. And I used a number 16 so I could get the scoop out. There's 4 little nuts that hold it on. And I figured it's going to be nicer just to pull the scoop out. So I took all but one of these out. And if I can get right in there, get that scoop out of there, I think it's going to make it easier on me to take care of all of this. And I'm thinking about maybe painting those scoops a different color. I'm just wondering, God, again, I could use some advice on that. Do I dare change color on those? It might look cool if I come up with the right combo. Okay, I went ahead and took down this hood with this 80 grit on the DA. And decided, well, it's time for me to get onto this front bumper. I'm using the same sanding disc on my. It doesn't seem like it's ready to be taken off yet, so I'm going to keep using it. I'm sanding down some of these anomalies on this bumper here. Some of them are pretty bad. It's had a rough time. Most of these bumpers do, and you know, if you can fix these, it really makes a difference. Got some scrapes here, nothing big. Guy, a Korean War vet, backed his pickup into this in a gas station and made these. Someone once told me I should have took his insurance company to the cleaners on that one, but I didn't think it was filing against him like that. Didn't seem right to me, so I didn't do it. Hopefully not too many people out there think that way. So I figured I'm going to go ahead and keep going with this same piece of paper and get this real good. Get all these little striations out and all these other little things out of here. So you can see these little cracks, these little crack marks. They're all around this front bumper, all around. They're in the clear. So I just take the DA and I can just get those things all right out of there. I'm just going to DA them all out. Okay, so I've taken down all the heavy stuff with my 80, and you can see it's starting to get a little tatered now. But I just went in here and got after where all the striations were left from the bumping around and so forth. There was a big scrape here. I don't know what happened here. There's a big thing here, so I'm gonna work on that stuff. And other than that, I got the rest of the bad stuff. So now I'm gonna. They've got a few areas here. There's a little something in here. See, so there's a few other areas I need to address and figure out how I'm going to attack them. Alright, so I've dug out this sanding block here. Dale made me buy a bunch of these when I was over at his shop working on my other race car. It comes on a roll. I just cut a piece off. And 240. I got different grits. This stuff worked great for sanding down the primer. So I'm going to go ahead and slap this on here and go ahead and give it a shot with this 240 on this board here and see how well it works. You can hear the thing digging in. Oh yeah, it's making it nice and smooth. I'm liking this. So, here's the deal. We're going to go over the whole thing with this. Okay, so I think this is worth taking a look at. I went ahead and got started with this, sanding down this area in here. And I lightly sanded where I had this spot buddy. And well, it doesn't take much. Well, this just takes it right off. But this stuff works good. I'm using. Now here's a little piece here. I got to be very gentle with it. But I've just been sanding this down using the crosshatch pattern that Dell taught me over at Colton's Custom Rods when I had my other race car in there. I was doing that work a couple, 3 years ago on it. I'll have to get that footage up sometime. I did a lot of sanding of primer over there at Bondo. But this stuff worked good, and it's working good for this. Basically, I'm for the most part using this same technique that he taught me here, just with a crosshatch. Just kind of holding it sideways and going like this. It helps you to keep everything comes out pretty straight, you know. And so I'll be doing this over the whole car, over the hood, and I'll be hitting all the little areas with a couple pieces by hand and get this whole thing ready to shoot some sealer on it. I don't know if I can get that done tonight, but anyway, that's the story. Alrighty then. And there's what we have. The whole thing sanded down. It's ready to go. It's ready for the sealer. So it's not going to get any on it tonight. It's going to get too late, but now we get into masking this whole thing off. That's going to take me a while. Alright, boys and girls, here's the lowdown. It's the next day. It's windy as hell out there. And it was way too windy. It would be impossible. So I cleaned out this little itty bitty, teeny tiny garage as best I could and rolled it in here. I sure hate painting inside like this. Stuff gets all around. But anyway, I laid down the sealer. I got the wrong temperature. The temperature's dropped now. It's 70. It was 85 when I was painting before. And my reducer is rated for 85. So I shot it on there anyway. I'm going to let it sit for an hour. I have to go get more clear. So I'm getting clear that's rated for 70 degrees. Spot clear. My other clear was for overall. For work like this, we want to use spot clear so it'll dry faster. And we want to use the, I think it's 211 or whatever. We need to use the hardener that dries faster. So we get less trash and bugs in our work. Because this wind's blowing shit right inside the garage and everything. But this looks pretty good here. We're going to let this dry while we go make our trip. Let this dry for over an hour. And come back with the rest of that and start laying down the black. Okay, I got back with my materials and let that sealer dry for a good hour. Just shot my first layer of black on here and it looks like moisture in the gun or something. I'm going to change that orange filter on this thing. But this looks like hell. Yeah, all across the entire hood. Never seen it this bad. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. So I'm mixing this fourth dimension black with this 733 reducer, and again, it's taking a lot of paint. I had to mix up another batch so I can go for my second coat. But I don't know why it looks so trashed out. That sealer looks so good. When I squirted it on, I put this stuff on, it looks ugly. Alright, well, time came to do some sanding. I couldn't see shooting clear over that. Let's see if we can see what this looks like here. Trying to sand all those little bubbles out. The only thing I can figure is that they're moisture. But look at all those marks. My sanding paper, I don't know what it picked up, something. Left all these marks all up and down it. So I don't know what to say about that. There's always some new surprise. Well, here it is again. Well after dark, like every single time. That's one thing I've learned. I need to have a lot of time when I start these jobs, because there's always something. I'm cleaning out my gun. My gun had trash in it. Next time I do this, I will definitely clean my gun out after I shoot that sealer, because I think that sealer fucking got in here and shot out of the thing and caused me these problems up with my hood. I don't know. Anyway, I found junk in here. I'm going to get it out and clean this up, put it back together, get some more black in it. I've got the thing sanded down inside there. We'll take a look in a bit. Okay, I've got this thing all sanded, wiped down with Preps Semsolve, and got the gun all cleaned out, so we're going to get ready to see and try this again here. Alright. Okay, there's one half of it. Alright, there we go. I didn't get quite enough on this to completely cover the top. And so I'm going to mix a little bit more so I can put one last drop coat of black on. Alright, applying the second coat. Yeah, see, everything's going fine. I run out of fucking paint. Go mix up some more and squirt it on. Now it's more orange peely than it was before. It was laying down nice and flat all across here. Nice and flat and smooth. And then this last little bit. Different, not the same. Had one bug land, one mosquito, I couldn't get him out, little tiny one. He had to stay in there. Okay, here's my first coat of clear. The first coat is always pretty blotchy. I'm experimenting with, I added a 4 to 1 hardener and 1 part reducer, medium reducer to it over a suggestion that I received. So they said to open the fan up a little wider, and so I tried that. So I don't know, I don't like the fan being so wide though. I'm not sure. I think I might close that back down a little bit. The second coat was going to look a lot nicer. We'll let this flash to hand slick. Okay, I'm halfway. I'm putting my third and final coat on. I think I finally mixed enough paint to do the job this time. Okay, I'm standing here. I've got a little clear left in my gun. I've got 3 solid coats on this now. I think I'm done with this. I think that's it. Here's 10 o'clock at night. It's about 62 degrees or so in here now. This is the best I could do. I'm happy with it. Now it's laid down flat enough for me. It'll be something to work with tomorrow when I get the sandpaper out. So until then.